Gentlemen, welcome back to Becoming a Better Man. I'm Eli, and today I'm going to be sharing another Reddit posting where a poster made a posting regarding how do you settle for someone when likely there is somebody better or more compatible right around the corner. That's a pretty common question. It's a pretty common thing that most, if not all, men and women go through. And because today we have, dating apps, dating sites, etc., and we have unlimited options to connect with people, not only within our local area, but outside of our local area, it's very difficult. It's not easy to settle for somebody. But at some point, if you're looking for true love and happiness, you have to settle down with someone. If not, you're going to be constantly, playing this dating game, and it's just going to get old and stale, and it's not going to be fulfilling. And here's the thing, guys. Let me share my thoughts regarding this. Okay, many of you guys out there may find a good woman that has a great personality, but may be only a 6 or a 7 on the attraction scale of 1 to 10. Right? 10 being the hottest, right? Okay? But here's the thing. For me, and this is the way I think a lot of you guys should look at it, I would prefer to be with a woman that's a 6 or a 7 on the physical attraction scale that has a 9 or 10 personality than be with a woman that's a 9 or 10 on the attraction scale, the physical attraction scale, and has a crappy 6 or 7 or even 5 or 4 personality, right? So you guys have to look at it in the way of, hey, it's more than just about looks. Sure, you want to find the most attractive woman out there possible, right? Say for you ladies, you want to find the most attractive man out there, right? But I think the point of settlement should be finding the most physically attractive person that has a great and amazing, easygoing and laid-back personality. So let's get into this posting here, and let's see what the original poster wrote. Where are we? Oh, here we go. Okay, I had my colorful wall there for a second, but now we're where we need to be. All right. So. This is from the subreddit dating_advice, and the original poster writes, how do you settle for someone when there's more than likely someone more attractive and more compatible just around the corner? Wow. Okay. And what did he write? I'm always tormented by the thought they're nice and cute and all, but might as well keep on looking for someone nicer and cuter. I can't tell if this is a woman or a man. If I had to guess, this is a woman writing this. The spelling and grammar is pretty good. And I've noticed that the women online have better spelling and grammar most of the time than men do. So I'm assuming this is a woman, but it could be a man. Either way, doesn't matter. How did you conquer this thought? Because it seems that it is one thing that's never going away. Well, it's only going to go away when you decide to allow it to go away. When you decide to settle, it's going to go away, right? If you constantly think that the grass is going to be greener on the other side, then you're going to be in an endless loop of trying to find someone that doesn't exist, right? Edit. Some seem to have gotten triggered by the use of the word settle, which I suppose has connotations of believing oneself to be better than their partner. But what I meant was, how do you fully appreciate them rather than wondering if you should keep looking for someone you're more compatible with? Well, like I said a second ago, it's not just about the looks. Compatibility is not only physical attraction. Sure, the physical attraction has to be there, okay? But you don't have to be a 9 or 10 on the attraction scale physically to be attracted or attractive to somebody, right? Sometimes even if you're a 6 or a 7 or an 8 and you take care of yourself, you're going to be attracted to or attractive to some women, guys, and vice versa for the women. But this is more catered to men on this channel. Let's see here. Let's go down into the comment section and see what was written there. I know this is a sincere post, so I won't flame you for it, but this is probably why dating and relationships is so much more difficult these days. Well, it's more difficult because we have more options with dating apps. When dating sites came out over 20, 25 years ago, when the internet first became mainstream, when we transitioned from dial-up internet to broadband internet that we have nowadays, high-speed internet, dating sites were a lot easier to find someone because we did not have the smartphones here attached to our hips and getting notifications all day, every day, right? We also didn't have swipe left and swipe right cultures, right? And here's the thing. I'll say this, guys. If you truly want to find a good woman, you want to stay away from the swipe left and swipe right sites like Tinder. That's a hookup site. I wouldn't go on there. Bumble and Hinge. Bumble is a swipe left, swipe right. That's an okay site because there's a little bit of a profile aspect to it. Hinge has a profile aspect, and it's not swipe left or right. You either have to like the person or X out. Those two sites are okay, but if you want your best chance of finding a really, really good woman, okay, Match.com is my favorite site because there's a full profile written there, and you can message a woman right away. And yes, there is a like and swipe aspect to Match.com as well, but you don't have to use that aspect there. You just search for their profiles within your radius and send women a message that you like. And women have to pay on Match.com just like men do. So that's another aspect. Number two, eHarmony is probably the next best site because it puts you through a process before you can even reach open communication to see if there's compatibility. And typically, if a man and a woman go through that process, then they're serious about finding true love. So it's partially about which sites you go on and what you're looking for. If you're looking for something real, the hookup sites, the Tinders, and any of the swipe left or swipe right sites are not going to get you the best quality people, in my opinion. So that's why it seems more difficult these days. There will always be green grass on the other side, and grass from afar always have a much more green tint to it, always. Well, sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't, right? But if you're with someone and you're happy with them, and let's say you're a guy, you're with a woman that's a 6 or a 7 on the attraction scale, and then another woman starts paying you attention that's a 9 or a 10, right? And so you start to kind of stray away and focus on her even though you're with this other woman, right? Right? How do you not know that 9 or a 10 woman has a crappy personality, right? And if you start going astray on the current woman that you're with, that may be a 6 or a 7 on the attraction scale physically, but has a 9 or a 10 personality, like if you give that up to go for the hot woman that's a 9 or a 10 physically, and then she has a crappy personality, you're gonna have nobody, right? Right? So that part of the problem is what a lot of guys and gals are doing, but guys are more so doing this, okay, and then women too, I guess. You're looking to try to find the hottest person physically instead of trying to find a balance. Find the hottest person possible with the best personality. And that may mean you end up with a 6, 7, or 8 on the physical attraction scale that has the great personality. If you always go for the 9s and 10s, you may be getting more of a crappy personality. That's just my opinion. And that's what's worked for me, 50 to 100 years ago, people could barely see much more than the neighbor's green lawn. These days, with Tinder, Instagram, etc., doped up on instant gratification, right? We have fucking satellite picture quality of every lawn in the world through Google Maps. If you catch my drift, right? We're too connected, right? We have too many options. We have so many options that we don't want to settle because the next best thing could come our way right after we settle. And that may be true, right? But again, something that may appear to be better, once we settle with somebody may not be what it appears. Just because a woman or a man is hot doesn't mean they have a better personality than the average looking person you're already with. Again, I'd rather be with more of an average-looking woman with a stellar and great and sweet and easygoing personality than a 9 or a 10 with a really crappy personality that's going to drive me crazy, right? Cause issues, right? There will always what appears to be greener grass on the other side. The chase is endless. The chase is endless only if you allow it to be endless. You can choose when to settle and start enjoying life. If you want to continue playing the dating game, that's on you. If you want to find true love and happiness, you'll find a good balance of somebody out there that's, reasonably attractive and that's a great personality. Focus more on the personality, not trying to find the hottest person. And that's going to make it easier. Love the extended metaphor. Grass is not always greener on the other side. It is where you water it the most. Okay. All right. I have nothing to add to that. I'd like to nominate this as the quote of the year. Okay. All right. This is, those comments are just horrible. Let's get some good comments here. Great mantra, but how do you decide when a patch of land is good enough to try to grow your lawn? That's a great metaphor. Okay. Well, it's up to you to decide that. But what are you looking for? Are you just looking for the hottest woman or hottest man and not taking personality into consideration, right? And your sanity into consideration? Or are you looking for a balance? A decent-looking, average-looking man or woman with an amazing personality, someone who's laid back, easy to get along with, easygoing, etc., right? Like, where do you draw the line of check enough boxes to commit and water that grass versus they're close but not quite right for me, keep looking for a better spot? If somebody is close, they're probably the right fit for you. When you say they're close, what that's telling me is that they have the great personality, but I wish they were just a little bit hotter. I wish they were 5 pounds lighter, right? I wish they had a little bit of bigger boobs or a little bit of a bigger butt. That's ridiculous, right? That's ridiculous. I'm sharing this so you guys and gals, especially you guys out there, this channel is more for guys, understand that, you have to decide where to draw that line, okay? The more choices we're given, the less happy we end up being. Absolutely, right. Because most people can't filter it out like I can. Most people will go out there just being superficial and trying to find the hottest person out there, and they don't take personality and overall compatibility into consideration. Can you both carry a great conversation? How's your communication style? Right? Are you both emotionally stable and mentally stable? Right? A lot of people that are super hot have other issues that many people are willing to overlook just because they're hot. Come on, think about it. Think about it, right? Okay? Social media tricks us into thinking we have unlimited choices, but in reality, it is rare enough to find someone that checks off half our boxes, right? Let alone all of them. If someone meets your most essential criteria, like things like religion, morals, wanting children or not, can make you laugh and treat you with genuine care and respect, I'd say that's someone worth building something with. Right, right. Let me read that again so you folks understand. If someone meets your most essential criteria, things like religion, morals, yes, morals, values, and ethics are very important. Wanting children or not, that's important. Can make you laugh, that's extremely important, and treats you with genuine care and respect, I'd say that's someone worth building someone with. Right. And you know what? Sometimes you're going to come across guys, you're going to come across women that have that personality, but are average looking. They're a 6 or a 7 or an 8. Doesn't mean they're ugly. It just means that they're not a 9 or a 10, super duper, extremely hot women, right? But do you guys really truly just want the super hot women, right? For me, I actually think the women that are 6s, 7s, and 8s are hotter than the 9s and the 10s. Why? Because typically those are more tomboyish type of women that are not afraid to get their hands dirty. They're fun to be with, right? They're very feminine, but they can also, they can get their hands dirty, but they can also dress nice and look all girly. They know how to balance themselves out. That's what you guys are missing there. Okay? Let's read a few more of these before we wrap up this short video here. I don't fully agree with this pertaining to relationships. Some relationships are doomed from the beginning, no matter how much effort one side puts in. Well, this is the bottom line. I'm going to say this again like I did in the previous video, and I say in many of my videos. Attraction is a must and not a choice. When you first meet someone on that first date, both the man and the woman are going to know within 3 seconds if there's a large spark or rush of sexual attraction. And if that's not there within 3 seconds, it doesn't matter what the man or the woman does after that, how slow they take to get to know each other, how much they slow things down or take the time to get to know each other. If that large rush or spark of sexual attraction is not there from practically the moment you lay eyes on each other in person for the first time, it's never going to be there. So none of this matters. Some relationships are doomed from the beginning, no matter how much effort one side puts in, because there's no attraction there from the very beginning. There's always stories about people trying to change their partner, but it never works because it wasn't there from the moment you laid eyes on each other. Fixing a lawn is much easier than fixing a person. Well, of course. Of course it is. You can just plant new seeds, right? You can mow the lawn, right? Come on. If someone is disrespectful from the start but checks off all the other boxes, it probably won't get better no matter how much you want it. That's true. If you have the hottest woman in the world, that has a great job, makes good money, has her own home, her own car, has everything going for her. I've encountered many of these women, right? And I've talked with them in the past, right? And they have a crappy attitude. Right? And a lot of these women are now into their 40s and even their 50s, single, never been married, no kids. They still look hot for 40 or 50, believe it or not. They have their home, their great job, they're making tons of money, they have nice cars, they've got everything except one of the most important things to me and should be most important to you. They have a shitty personality, right? Think about it. If you encounter a woman like I just mentioned, sexy, attractive, even in her 40s and 50s, with a great job, has her own home, car, etc., and they're single, never been married, no kids, into their 40s or 50s, doesn't that tell you something? It tells you that they weren't able to convince a guy or a guy never asked them to marry them because of the way they are, right? That's why they're single. There's no reason why any reasonably attractive woman, that has a great job and has all her shit together is going to be single beyond her 30s, let alone beyond her 20s. It's a red flag, guys. You should look at it that way. Let's see. If anything, it will probably get worse. Yeah, it will get worse if someone is disrespectful from the start but checks off all the other boxes. Yeah. It will get worse. It won't get better. Personality is one of the most important things, folks. You wanna be around, surround yourself with happy, healthy, emotionally and mentally healthy and stable people that are laid back and easygoing. I'm telling you that. I said this in a similar post about a girl griping about a guy's appearance before they even met, and other posters were saying that I was wrong and that he should still give her a chance. Gee, some people have a lot of growing up to do. I get it. I've been there, still there in my 40s. I hear you, man. I hear you, man. Oh, my God, man. I'm going to leave that one alone. Well, yeah, except when you water your grass too much. Your avatar is excellently devilish. Okay. I'm going to read one more here. This is a long one, and then I'm going to, wow, this is long, but let's read it anyway, and then we're going to wrap it up. You always have the possibility of meeting someone nicer and cuter, as you put it, as well as not nicer and not cuter. True, it can go either way. You merely accept that as part of reality, and then stop putting so much emphasis on it. Who cares if they are nicer and cuter? If you are still controlled by the possibility of, then all it means is that you likely aren't ready for that type of relationship yet. Right. If you really want a relationship, you're going to find someone that is going to be a good balance of physically attractive and has a great personality. That means you might not get the 9 or 10 physically attractive woman. You might get a 6, 7, or an 8 of physical attractiveness, which is still reasonably attractive, but you're going to get a 9 or a 10 in personality. And that definitely is amazing to me. That'll make up for, the slight lack of physical attraction in that aspect. Let's see. This doesn't mean you are a bad person. It just means that the idea of commitment doesn't jive with your current worldview. True. If you have a hard time settling, you're just not ready for commitment. That makes perfect sense. I'm going to give you a big round of applause for that. Yeah, people that really want a commitment, trust me, are going to find someone that is a great hybrid of physical attractiveness and personality attractiveness, and they're gonna settle, and they're gonna work it or work on it, and they're gonna make it work. Which is what I'm trying to say. There we go. All right. The idea is that when you commit, it is exactly that. You aren't settling. You decided to choose to commit to a specific person or people if that's how you roll. True. You don't have to consider it settling. It's not even settled. When you find the right person, that is just meant to be, right? People that look at it, this is a great posting here, great comment, right? Okay. If you're always looking at, getting with somebody in a relationship and committing to them as settling, then you really aren't ready. It shouldn't even be looked at as settling. It should be looked at as you found someone you're compatible with, and now you both are in a happy, healthy, committed relationship. Right. So you aren't settling. You decided to choose to commit to a specific person or people if that's how you roll. You just stop worrying about all the potential in the universe and start focusing on doing the thing that you decided to do as well as you can. You focus on learning how to get better at that specific relationship. Sometimes it doesn't work, yet you consider what you've learned from the experience and apply it to the next chances you take in the next relationship. I couldn't have said it better myself. I have nothing to add to that. That's perfect. Perfect. Okay? I think exploring big philosophical ideas might change how you perceive the situation. Why does having the best available matter so much to you? Could you be happy with something that is great but isn't the best? This person's saying the same thing I was saying a little bit ago in different words. I agree. If the answer is no, then there is likely some deeper soul searching you may choose to embark on so that you figure out why that isn't good enough for you. Example, the gold medalists in the Olympics are better than the silver, and yet even just the bronze is still wildly talented. Can we not appreciate the talent of the bronze medalists even though they aren't the best? Hell, even the alternates are still world class. Right. Even just making it to the Olympics is far above and beyond most average athletes. But yeah, if we're not gold, then we're not the top notch, right? I don't look at it that way. Hey, even bronze, even silver or bronze, that's incredible. It's an incredible accomplishment, even as a bronze medalist. Right. If we look at women as gold, silver, and bronze, I would rather take a woman that's considered a bronze physical attractiveness level that has a gold personality. Most guys and gals are looking for the gold in physical attractiveness. And typically, in those cases, most of those people that have a gold level of physical attractiveness have a bronze or even lower crappy level of personality. That's why you see a lot of women in abusive relationships, because the abusive relationships are typically with those Chads and Tyrones that are very, very attractive, but their personalities are horrible. That's what happens, and these women just can't admit it. So they come on the internet and complain there aren't any good guys left out there. Guys are abusive. Then they come across the good guys like myself, in the past, and they put us through the ringer, right? They put their walls up, right? And they're like, wow, you seem too good to be true. No, the truth of the matter is you just been with Chads and Tyrones that were abusing you because they didn't care about you, but you gave them the chance because they're a 9 or a 10 on the physical attractive scale, and you didn't take personality into consideration. It's the bottom line. It's the bottom line. Which is to say, always waiting for a better option can in itself destroy every option, because every option will eventually not be good enough in a personal philosophy that relies on an infinite new potential model to place worthiness. Right, because eventually there's always going to be a better option. There will always be better options in life, right? And someone may always be perceived to be better, even if you're with someone. But is it worth going astray? No, if you built something with someone and you built that emotional bond after a while is going to carry you past the physical attractiveness. And that's what a lot of people don't understand. I'd rather be with a woman that's less physically attractive and has a heart of gold than be with a super hot woman that's going to drive me insane. That's the bottom line. You see here real quick. Now, not all of this may apply to you, but exploring these types of mental spaces might help you better understand why you think, feel the way you do. And you may decide to just outright change what you think, as you decided that the old way of thinking took away more options than it provided. Other times, you may realize that you have certain standards for very legitimate reasons, and they should be maintained and upheld, such is the nature of personal growth. Yeah, as you get older, and you have more experience and you go through more breakups. See, the more breakups you go through, the more you learn about what not to do in the next relationship, right? And so a lot of people think of breakups as a bad thing. They're really not. They're a learning experience, because at some point you're going to learn more of what you don't want, so you can focus on what you want, and you can become a lot more reasonable with your expectations when it comes to dating. Right now, we're in such a self-gratification, instant gratification world of trying to find the hottest man and woman on the planet that people are just missing the boat. And they spend more time complaining about, there aren't any good men or women out there than actually just being a little more reasonable with their expectations. This goes for men and women. Right? Goes for you guys as well, too. A lot of you guys have a lot of unreasonable expectations, right? You need to chill. I'd love to hear from anyone that explores this space in their own mind further and uses what they learned to improve their life in some way that was applicable and important. And best of luck, everyone. I wish you all well. I'm going to read one more here because this person responded to the above posting. I couldn't have said it better. I've experienced this personal dilemma of the grass is always greener, and I know it's just me telling myself I am not ready to commit, but continue to explore and grow independently. I mean, I'm only 22. Well, you're very, very young. When I was 22, I didn't know 10% of the shit I know today. All right. Additionally, I've established high standards and expectations for those I meet, so I don't easily fall for the next girl I come across. Well, don't set your expectations too high, at least physically, right? You guys should be a lot more open to dating women that are even just average looking, that have a great personality. Don't set your standards and expectations too high, but also don't set them too low. You got to have them well balanced. Further down the road, I will change my outlook for my personal drive towards building a future with someone. From experience, I know I'm too much to handle due to my inner drive for the future I want, and dragging someone along through the journey is honestly not fair for them at the moment. Once I'm ready to settle and abandon the race, I will lower my guard and focus on the relationship I commit to. A relationship right now would be another task to complete rather than something I can cherish and appreciate. At least you're understanding that, hey, I'm only 22. I'm not ready for a commitment right now. I'm just going to go out there and have fun, and I'll meet people, but I'm not going to get upset regardless of what happens. And to be honest with you, man, you going out there with the attitude of, hey, you know what? I'm not attached to any particular outcome. I'm just going to put myself out there. Whatever is meant to be is meant to be. You're going to come off as a cool, calm, collective, non-thirsty guy. You're going to come off as an alpha male because you're not thirsty, you're not needy, you're not coming off desperate or weak or insecure, right? You're just out there and you're like, hey, you know what? Whatever happens, happens. Hey, you know what? I'm going to cast my fishing pole, right? I'm going to cast my fishing pole, and if I catch something, I catch something. If not, hey, I tried, no big deal. You know, I got to get some fresh air, right? I just have another great day. Maybe tomorrow, maybe next week, right? The attitude you have right now, man, is going to get you through this, man. Once I'm ready to settle and abandon the race, I will lower my guard and focus on the relationship I commit to. A relationship right now would be another task complete rather than something I can cherish and appreciate. I think I read that already. Plus, this time has helped me know myself much better than being by someone's side. Dude, I'm going to give you a big round of applause and wrap this up. Well said there. All right, let's go back to full screen and wrap this up. Listen, guys, I know all you guys out there, most of you guys out there, you really, truly want the hottest woman out there, right? I used to be that way. I'm 47, almost 48 years old, right? And when I was younger, I wanted nothing but the hottest woman because I wanted to walk around and show my guys that I can attract hot women, right? But when you're younger, you're immature, you're less mature, you don't have as much experience, you're kind of learning the ropes, you're learning to become a man, right? And so as I got older, I'll tell you guys honestly, I started to more so appreciate women that, according to society standards, are average looking, right? But to me, they're actually hot, right? I've typically dated women that are maybe a 6, 7, or an 8 on the physical attraction scale with a heart of gold. But to me, because I really learned to appreciate the average looking women so much, to me, I consider those women 9s and 10s on the attractive scale of hotness. Because I'll tell you honestly, I've encountered many 9 and 10 super hot women, and let me tell you something. With most of those women, not all, but most of those women that are 9s or 10s on the physical attractive scale, like they let it get to their head. They know they're all that. They think their shit doesn't stink, right? And that to me is so unattractive. I just don't want to deal with a woman like that. I'd rather be with a woman that's average looking with a great personality than be with a super hot woman that knows she's all that in a bag of chips. It's just a big turnoff, right? All right, guys, thank you very much for viewing another video here on Becoming a Better Man. Please like, share, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.